Narendra has 8+ experience in only SOC. He has done a lot of certifications. Anyhow, he will give the brief introduction about himself, and we'll start with the introduction of Narendra and then later agenda for today's session. Feel free to ask any of the doubts, even if it is a small doubt. Especially this course, SOC Analyst, is very useful for freshers to 5 years of experience. Okay, just hold on. Give your attendance by then. We start the demo session. Narendra, can you ping me in chat once? I'll make you the host.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Or else, just hold on 1 second. Narendra P is yours, right?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Narendra, you can share the screen. I have given you the permissions, and you can proceed with the today's demo.
Sure, I'll do that. Yeah. Hope you guys can see have the screen.
Yes, we are able to see you.
Okay. Okay. Yes, Hari, can I introduce myself and then I walk through this particular course, the course content and everything?
Yes, Narendra. Next 1 hour is yours. You can go
Okay.
with your introduction, agenda, and today's what exactly we are going to do the next 1 hour. And
Okay.
you allocate some time for question and answers either at the end or in between also. You keep watching the messages. If anyone has any questions, depending on the context, you can either reply at the same time or in the
Okay.
Q&A. Okay.
Sure. I'll do that.
Okay. All the best. Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good morning. I hope you guys are doing good. So I hope many of you guys are, looking for the security operation opportunities. So this particular training is intention or the design for who is looking for the cyber security, especially for the security operations. So in this particular demo, so I'm going to explain, so before the SOC, what is the cyber security and what is an importance of cyber security, followed by what is the security operations center role in cyber security, what the SOC analyst, if you are going through, I mean, if you choose your career as a SOC professional, so what's your the roles and the responsibilities, and if you are working as a SOC analyst, so what do you do for an organization, or what do you do for the clients or the companies, what is the role, so what is the how do you choose your career path, and what all the the entry level certifications will help you to start your career in security operations, and so this is what, and the course content, finally what all the concepts we're going to cover. So which includes different SIM solutions and SOAR, followed by cloud. So because everyone the security is moving from on-prem to cloud. So for even the freshers, they must need some cloud side knowledge also. So we will discuss the entire course content also. So first we will be discussing the first what is cyber security is. So anybody is aware of what is a cyber security? So are you go? I mean, in your career, or you, you listen every time the security, cyber security is needed. Cyber security, cyber security. There is somewhere there was a attack, or there was some cyber attacks is happening. So you used to hear these words, right? So anybody heard any sort of cyber attacks? Any one of you here? So what is your fundamental understanding of cyber security? Okay, no problem. So let's start with I just want to quickly before jumping into this so this particular thing, so I just want to introduce myself. I'm very sorry I skipped it. My name is Narendra. I have a close to 9 years of experience into the security operations center, where I was started as a L1 security engineer, and then I was moved to an incident responder, senior incident responder, critical incident responder. uh, you know uh, so I was so currently, I mean, I work for a different organizations like IBM security, and also I've been a part of Optive Securities, and Palladian Networks, and the Dimension Data's, which is now Entity Security. So these are the different companies I've been associated, and I hope you guys can see my screen. So I have around 9 years of experience. So, and I'm holding different certifications on my career. The one is CEH, and I'm holding CCNA security. So this is also related to security operations, and CSA. This is the one which we are going to. This is the training which we are going to deliver now. The certified SOC analyst, and also I'm having different certifications on cloud. So that is it 900. This is Azure fundamentals, and I'm having is it 500. This is Azure security, which deals more of security on cloud, and also SC 900. So this is the security complaints which talk about, and I'm having AWS certification. This is for another cloud security, AWS, Amazon. So this is for Amazon security, which is a cloud practitioner, Amazon cloud security practitioner. So these are the different certifications. Along with that, SIM side, I'm having certifications on Sumo Logic and Exabeam certifications. I also worked on Splunk, Elasticsearch, ArcSight. So this is my the quick intro on the SOAR platform. I'm currently working on the Tines is a SOAR, and other Splunk Phantom is another tool which I have exposure. I hope many of you guys, maybe it's all the terms, and the maybe you guys may aware of SIM and SOAR, but you may not. Maybe some other people may not completely aware. So the entire course we will be talking about, and also in this demo we will be discussing the SIM, the role of SIM and Security Operations Center. Okay, so let's start with what is the security, cyber security. Okay, so So if you ask me, okay, so what is cyber security? I can simply say that cyber security is, in simple words, protecting for example, if you're working for a company, or if you're working for an organization, protecting your organization assets. So organization assets means the organization contains a lot of sensitive information. Sensitive information is something what we call a data. So for a company, so the data is very important. So they need to protect their assets from different types of attackers. That is what we call cyber security. In simple words, protecting from different types of cyber attackers or cyber attacks. So again, the question comes here: what is a cyber attack? Okay, what is a cyber attack? Anybody has any knowledge? So you can show, you can if you have any questions, you can also type on the chat. So so I'm happy to help you on that side as well. Okay. So let me take an example of one situation. So I'm going to explain in one situation where, so here there is a client, there is a banking sector. Okay, so here is a one of the bank. So what is the bank? Contains the servers information, the servers which holds credit card informations, a credit card, a debit card, so and other user information also present in this particular servers. Okay. Okay, now, so this is the entire bank network, let's say. So this is a one of a server which you are seeing on the screen. Okay, now here the attacker whose intention is to break this network and enter into the server and steals the sensitive information. What is the sensitive information here? Sensitive information is what? A credit card information and debit card information. So he successfully stolen the credit card and debit card information, and that information he will be using for some other a bad purpose. So bad purpose in the sense, the same credit card, debit card information will be public, will be he will be selling it to in some other websites, that is called a dark web. Okay, he will be selling each credit card or debit card with some money. So that's where the other people will buy, some anonymous people will buy and use his credit card, debit card information, and then they will do some transaction. So that's where the banking customers will lose the data. I mean, will lose the money. Okay, so this is what is called a cyber attack. So what the attacker is doing, he was trying to launch the attack and taking the information, that is the credit card or debit card information, and using for a bad purpose. Now what happens? So the people who have the money here, they lose the money. So now the account holders will go and start asking, so where is my money? So, and the bank people doesn't know. So, and finally they understand their servers are attacked. The cyber attack was done on their servers, and somebody stolen their information, and then that information will be used. With that, they done the transactions. So that's how the customers lost the money. So now the bank has to pay back the money to these people. All right, and so this is a kind of a loss for them again. So it will be it is a big news. The public, everybody knows that this XYZ bank has a cyber attack, and nobody will trust this bank. Nobody will trust this bank, and nobody will go again create accounts, or no other companies, or no one will interested to come here, so that their business, this XYZ bank business, also gets impacted. So there is a name damage, and the loss of financial loss, and also the reputation. So everything was done. I mean, so entirely the bank operations gets collapsed. So that is the worst. This is the worst situations comes into when there is a cyber attack. Got it? So in order to protect these sort of cyber attacks, so we need a program called cyber security. Okay, so why the company need a cybersecurity professional? I hope you understand why. I'm just taking an example. This is a bank. If you go to some other kind of things, like not only the bank, if we go to the hospital or any other industries, the information is very important. If just take an example, if you're an individual level for a cybersecurity, let's say you have your mobile phone, and your mobile phone was having a lot of data. You have some of the apps related to financial things, right? Phone pay or net banking things. So a lot of things will be there. So what happens if somebody take over your phone? Or I mean, take over in the sense they just install some malware, and with that malware they will take your credentials, whatever the username you're giving, whatever the password you're giving. So it will be captured by the malware. That malware will send that information to the attacker. The attacker use for the bad purpose. I mean, he log in with your credentials, he steals your money. Or another case, he steals your photos, videos, something related to personal, and then suddenly, or one or the other day, you can see everything is on public, which is appeared on your Facebook itself, and it is completely, everybody is visible, everybody can see your data. So what happens? So this is a right. So you can see the financial loss. At the same time, your identity theft. Your identity has been theft by somebody else. So I'm just talking about an individual level. Just imagine if for an organization, their organizations, since the data related to their organizations, like how many clients they have, what all the things they are dealing, if that information went out of their network, so the just imagine the damage for the organization. It's a huge loss for them in terms of financial, and also the name. So that's why they need a cyber security. So without cyber security program, if any organization is running, so definitely it won't be a the good option. Okay, for every organization, for every company, if they are having the huge their range is high. I mean, they have 100 to 200 employees, and they're dealing with a high transactions. Definitely they need a cyber security. Okay, so that is, so I hope you understand. So what is a cyber security, and why we need to learn the cyber as a security? If you want to move, I mean, even you're not a normal guy, with this current digital world, you must need to know what is the security, the fundamentals of security. All right. So if you want to be a professionals, so you must have to learn the importance of cyber security. Okay. So the next, so we learn what is cyber security, and then we are going to what are the major threat for the now companies, or for any sort of an organization. Okay, let's say if it is a financial or hospital, what are the threat in the sense which is gonna harmful for that organization. So what are the major cyber threats? Okay, so first is malwares. So malwares in the sense like virus, worms, trojans, a kind of ransomwares. So these are the major threats for the organization. So what the virus will do will once this virus or a worm or Trojan or a kind of another sort of Trojan, another type of like a keyloggers. There are different types of malwares are they based on their character. So each and every malware has their own function. Okay. So now if you take a virus, the virus function is to steal some information or do a destruction. I mean, the entire system will be the important files on the systems or the sensitive information on the systems. Everything will be deleted by the attacker with the help of virus, or entire your system gets damaged, operating system files. So which the operating system is the one which help you to run your organization, to run your system, right? So without that you cannot use the systems. But what the malware is do, this malware, either virus or worm or Trojan, so either destruction of your entire system or the stealing of your information. Some sensitive informations like you holding some Excel sheets if you're working for a company, or if you're a HR, it steals information of what you have, like employees information, what is their salaries and everything it captures. So that is the major threat. Another one is a phishing. So I hope many of you knows what is the phishing. So phishing is, it's in one word, tricking the user. Tricking the user in the sense. So I hope many of you getting a calls, many of you getting a kind of messages. Hey, you won the lottery. Hey, can you please click this link and then give your information? Okay, so if you do that, probably you will be the victim of, you'll be the victim of an for an attack. Okay, I mean attack in the sense they might gain you, they might ask you credentials of, credit card information and net banking details or kind of things. So this is for the one-to-one level, personal level. If you go to the company's level, so company have any sort of company. If you take a hospital kind of hospital networks, so the target is hospitals who is working on the in hospital network, who is the employees of the hospitals. The attacker just send an email, hey, you want something, or you have it looks like it is coming from their manager, and please open this link and give me the information. When they click the link, the malware downloads, and then that is where the attacker enter into the hospital network. Once he enter into the network, so then he can do a lot of activities. They can do a lot of damage to the network, to the entire hospital network. So it is an entry. The phishing is an entry to the attacker to access the any of a network, and then so he can have a entire access to the servers of the network, hospital network. So if so, whatever he can do, he can delete entire, he can remove entire the database of users of the that particular hospital. So that is a big damage for them, right? So for the phishing, major attacks happens through a phishing. Okay, so in this course we will be talking the phishing analysis, the end-to-end, how to analyze the phishing emails. This is very important for SOC analysts to know how to perform the phishing analysis. Majority of SOC analysts, L1 L2 people who starting their work on the phishing. So what is a phishing? They'll be getting a phishing emails. They need to analyze whether this is really a phishing email or a just a spam. It doesn't have any harmful activity. So that is their first activity. So in this course we will be covering the phishing end-to-end analysis, like if the email comes, what all the analysis you have to perform. Okay, if there is a link, if there is attachment, how to investigate that, the link or attachment. Okay, and we have the social engineering, password attacks. So password attack is as simple as like if you have your Gmail and password, right? So I'm a person, so I will try to guess your password. For example, your name is something like Shiva, right? So password may be, I know that your date of birth, I know that you're from some XYZ place. Let's say you're from Bangalore and your name is something, your date of birth is something, something 95 August 10. and 95. So I have some, and you'll be working on a company called something Infosys you are working. Okay, so with these details, I'll try to guess your password. So I have a number of guessable passwords. I'll create, and then with that, I'll try to attempt to log in your Gmail ID or any other things. So this is what the password attacks. So we will be discussing some practicals. So how different passwords. I'm just telling one method. There are many methods are there to do a password attacks. We will be using some tools, some of the tools we will be using to do the password attacks. So we will be discussing in our training sessions. Okay, and also the denial of service attack, which is to slow down the entire server or entire network. And the social engineering attacks. So kind of social engineering attacks is kind of going through LinkedIn, Facebook, and knowing about your details and where you're working. So based on that, they will launch a kind of attacks, like phishing attacks. So gathering the information about a particular person, called as social engineering attack. Okay, so we will be discussing that also. Some malwares, there are a number of malwares are there. We will be discussing each and every one: virus, worm, trojan, everything. Okay, so now we are coming to the SOC. So what is in cyber security, what is a SOC? What is a SOC engineers or SOC analyst will do? So if you go to any statistics in cyber security, there are if you have the 100 jobs in cyber security, there are 50 to 60 of jobs is belongs to the SOC professionals. SOC, what is a SOC is doing? So they will be monitoring the entire. Let's have in one simple case. We will talk about a one simple example. Just give me a second. So any of you are currently working? You are part of an L1 kind of, or you will be you are a freshers, or you are working on some other technologies. Okay, good to hear. If somebody's having any questions, I'm happy to. Okay, monitoring analysis alerts. Okay, good. So mostly the freshers, somebody is saying working. Yes, if you're working, just give me your, which technology you're working. Okay. So where is this? I'm trying to draw. Okay. Okay. So so the SOC, the SOC guys, what the SOC guys will do. So this is the company. Let me try. So the company having what the company, if you say, let's say I'm taking an example of banking sector. So the bank have servers. Okay, they have the users who is working. I'm sorry, it was not properly writing. There was some issue. So this is the user zone. And I'm sorry, there was a little issue on drawing. Okay, so this is the entire network where there is firewalls, there is the IPS, IDS, and and there is what we call the antivirus and endpoint security, EDR tools. Okay, so now what happens is, so you have here, this particular entire is belongs to the company network. So now there is a someone who is trying to perform some sort of an attacks in your network, or also some people who is accessing, so genuine people is also coming and accessing your servers. So here, as a security analyst, you will be watching, so you will be entirely monitoring the, you will be doing a monitoring of what is happening on the network. So as for example, if I say banking sector, so I'll be monitoring the servers, I'll be monitoring users and their activities. I mean, users in the sense their workstations and what they are doing it, and also who is coming to your network and who is connecting to the servers, and everything I'll be monitoring through a different security devices, right? So you have your firewalls, you have your IPS, you have the endpoint security, and everything which is there on a different layers. As a SOC analyst, you are the engineer defensive engineer in the sense you will be defending different types of attacks which is coming through your company, that is the bank. Okay, let's say if somebody was trying to inject a malware into a server, so now there is a security controller called an endpoint or antivirus solutions, which informed you that, hey, someone is doing something. Okay, some malicious activities found. Okay, please look into it. As a security professional, you will be taking an immediate actions. Okay, or your server is connecting to a attacker IP. So then you will be taking an action. So you make sure you have to stop this activity, block that attacker's connection. So the SOC professionals is responsible for the monitoring of the entire company's infrastructure. And if there is some abnormal things on the network level, like suddenly there was a huge number of connections to a attackers IPs, or there is a abnormal behavior on your server, or if there is any other, if any of a user receives the phishing email, so that who is receiving the phishing email, and whether they click the link or not. So the kind of activities you can do it, you can monitor, and then you can take immediate actions so that you can stop the attacker, and you can stop from the cyber attack, so that you can minimize the damage, or you can stop the damage of the company. So that is your job, that is your first job, that is your the responsibility. So we will discuss how this is works. So here, if you see on the screen, the SOC monitoring system, how the SOC monitor system is will be there. So here you have a network traffic, means whatever somebody from an internet is accessing your servers, right? Everything. And you have network flows, endpoint data, your computers, the organization company or a company's laptops or workstations or servers data will be captured. And you have different other security logs. So every log, so here how we can monitor, right? That is happens through SIM. So SIM is a backbone for a SOC analyst. So see what happens, every logs will be coming into the SIM. So what you see on the screen, so you can see the SIM here, SIM, security information and event management. Means the name itself is telling security information, which contains the security related information and an event management system. So whatever the security events are coming, which is managed by SIEM. So without a SIM, you cannot monitor. I mean, you can monitor, but it's something you can see as simple as if I say with this one simple example, right? If you go to any of the hospital, or if you go to the small, if you go to the bank, so what you see on the when you go to the bank on the very first stage and the entry level, you can see a one CC camera which is monitoring you, which is who is coming, who is going out of the bank. And once you are entered inside of the bank, there is another CC camera, and the parking there is another CC camera, and there is a the transactions is happening, or the secret locker room, so there is another CC camera. So all these four cameras, the data, video, visuals will be monitored by one person, that is a security guy who is monitoring all the screens. Hope you see any many of the movies, you can see there is a CC cameras room where the guy who is monitoring the entire place, in this case the bank, so the guy entirely monitoring what is happening on the bank. So with the CC cameras, if somebody is doing abnormally, I mean suspicious things he was doing it, let's say there was a guy, he wants to do something, or he want to theft some of the customer data, and he came inside of the bank. So that is where the CC camera is already captured. So when he theft the money from the any customer, it is already captured. And if he go out of it and he using some vehicle, so there is exit camera which have the information of which have the information of the bike details and the number and everything, registration number and everything. So that is where it's easy to capture him. The same way here also, if any sort of attack is coming, any sort of attacker is trying to come inside of your network, there is a security devices. There is a security devices like a CC cameras, which is monitoring, which is capturing the data, so that you are a security professionals, you will be monitoring all these devices logs, IPS logs, firewall logs, like antivirus logs, and everything was there, so that it's very easy to capture any sort of attack and you can stop the attack. So that one centralized, what we talk about the CC cameras, one room is what we call here the SIM. SIM is a place where you can get every log of the organizations, every security related log which comes to the SIM. So that is where the SOC engineer will be monitoring and everything. So we will be teaching in this course the Splunk SIM tool. Each and every log, we will be taking your firewall logs, we will be creating a sample, I mean we will be ingesting some IPS of endpoint security or antivirus logs. And so how to perform the analysis for a one particular real time, one particular attack scenario, how to investigate with all these logs in SIM. So we will be discussing in a SIM called a Splunk. So this is the majority of the companies are using a tool called a Splunk. Okay. And we also teaching another SIM tool called Elasticsearch. So which is an open source and which is a very popular. So we will be using the Elasticsearch, how to investigate and how to create some security rules to detect some of the attacks. So like as we discussed, the password attacks is the one example I am taking. So how to create a and security alert, or how to create a rule to detect this type of password attacks. If somebody is doing a password attack on your organization users or a computers or servers, how we can detect? So that we do with the tools called a Splunk and also Elasticsearch. So the Splunk is the most market occupied in the current
as of now, Splunk is a tool which most of the people are using, most of the organizations are using. So that we are going to discuss, so that it's for you to apply any sort of jobs where the Splunk will be mostly will be there. Okay, but some of the companies, they will ask you if you have the Splunk, that is fine, or if you have any SIM tool is fine. Not even Elasticsearch also is a more popular one. Okay, 1 second. So now, if you look at this, is also similar to see here you have the technologies called, you have the firewalls, you have a proxy, you have a different security controllers like a CC cameras. So what they are doing is, it is keep on monitoring what is happening. Okay, and then it reports to, this is a place where you can see the computers like a button where the logs are reporting everything here. Okay, so if you see here, so this is the place, this system symbol you can see, right? So where you will be sitting, so there is a L1 guy. So you will be if you are a fresher, or if you are a kind of 1 year of fresher experience, you will be monitoring the entire infrastructure, and then you will be doing a first level of investigations, and then the first level of investigations will be your investigation will be giving to the level 2 guy. So level 2 guy will do a more analysis. Okay, let's say you have kind of there you saw a somebody was some one of a system is connecting to a attacker IP. Okay, so now you investigated IP details, say okay, it looks to be a something wrong. Hey, level 2 engineer, please investigate further. So that is how, the incident, you can see incident handler will come to the picture. So it goes to the, it will be a level 2 engineer will escalate to the incident handler if there is a something wrong. I mean, there is a some attack is going on, so the IR incident responder will coming to the picture, and then he will take care, and then he will if further, if somebody's expertise persons need, he will take a help of a malware analyst, or a kind of a forensic expert, cyber forensic experts he'll take. So that is how the workflow will go. It goes with the technology. There is a 3 different pillars are there, okay, or for a security operations technology, where it detect any sort of or it monitoring the entire network and see what's happening. If something suspicious comes, or something suspicious which is something, something is going on, something wrong, hey, can you look at the people will be looking at, and based on they have certain process, standard process will be there, they will be following that standard process. So that is where the SOC operates. Okay, so these are what we call as a 3 key pillars. Without technology, there is no use of people and process. If you don't have a firewall, if you don't have the CC cameras for a banking sector, so there's no use, right? The same way here also, you have firewalls, proxies, and everything is needed, and people who plays an important role of taking care of that incidents, and they should follow certain process while investigating a incidents. So this is similar to the same, but yeah, the process, how the process will be. So the same here, if you see that there is a first, the frontline people are the tier 1 analyst, the SOC analyst. Okay, so there is a SOC analyst 1 who handles all the security incident, and then it goes to the tier 2, and then it goes to the SMEs, and finally there is a center person is manager who manages the SMEs and tier 2 people, tier 1 people. Okay, so we in SOC there is a L1, level 1 SOC analyst, level 2 SOC analyst, level 3. So L1 engineer will be doing a first level of analysis. It's a basic analysis, what we call. So and then the advanced level of investigation will be doing by the tier 2 incident response responders, or L2 SOC analyst. And then SMEs. So SMEs are expertise on particular area. Somebody expertise in endpoint security, somebody expertise in hunting, somebody's expertise in forensics. So based on the security instance, we go to the SMEs. and then the finally the SOC manager who manages the entire SOC. Okay, so that's how the SOC will be. Okay, and how we can start the SOC analyst. I mean, what is the career path? How you can start cybersecurity SOC professional. So what is the certifications or trainings which is required for a entry level people, or if you have already some exposure on 4 years, something 5 years kind of cases, where what certifications, the important certifications I'm just listing here. The CompTIA Security Plus and the certified SOC analyst. So both the certifications are good if you want to start your career, but this particular training was made for a certified SOC analyst. What you are seeing on the screen, CSA, certified SOC analyst, which is the one which helps you to start your career on the SOC analyst. Okay, so with them, so for example, if you are working, if you're applying for a company or for any sort of a job, so you must some of the companies mandatorily, some of the companies I'm saying, they mandatorily need this certification, who is certified this CSA. So if they have CSA people, certified SOC analyst, then they will be preferring those candidates only. So, and the CompTIA security also similar. And the next level, the mid level. So the mid level is CISSP, and it's a SAN certifications, which is also deals with the advanced level of security. So these things you are certain, you have a certain exposure on the security SOC or any other security level equivalent to a SOC kind of expertise. You can start this, you can have, or you can go through these trainings and certifications. So this is a career path you can this is how you can start your SOC. Now that de- now that devices also, because they are connected to the internet, means definitely there is a threat involved. If some device is connected to the internet, then there is something, definitely there is a threat involved. So make sure you have to protect. So if the IoT comes into the picture, every home there is a home appliances will be connected to the internet, so they must need a security. So, and coming to the the jobs, so where even though the automation comes into the picture, but the cybersecurity is a place where the human brain should, here the human intervention is required. It's more of an intelligent work. It is a kind of, not a kind of kind of chat gpt kind of thing cannot replace these jobs, because the human intelligence is very important. It plays a very crucial, the decisions you have to take here is, it's all the human has to involve. Without a human interventions or using certain tools, it's not possible. That is a clear. Okay, so you can see here, how the reports, you can see here the statistical overview of the cybersecurity skill stores shortage. Even if you recently, if you Google it for a month, for a month before, 2 months before, even Narendra Modi from as told, so they need 5 lakh cybersecurity professionals in the government side itself, and in our government organizations itself. The government have the different organizations, right? They itself need a 5 lakh professionals, but they only have 65,000. See the difference. How much, what is the shortage? 50 or 65,000 where, and 5 lakh cybersecurity professionals is where. So what you see the shortage here. So that is the skill shortage we have, especially for the cybersecurity. So that is the situations where any recessions, anything is coming, but only the one which is not impacted is the cybersecurity professionals is not impacted. So that is the situation of cybersecurity. And you see the SOC job opportunity, 60 to 65% of cybersecurity jobs are in SOC. Okay, so that is an opportunities in cybersecurity for a SOC analyst or SOC engineers. Okay, and so we will be what is the course content also. We are just going to talk about the course content. um just if you hold for a second, I'll get that. Okay, meanwhile you can drop me your question so that I'll try to answer. Okay, and also I will share my screen with the what is the sim tools. I mean, I'm going to showcase the sim tool, what we called Elastic now. Okay, so we have the lab set. Okay, so where we are going, we have there is a lab setup. Sorry, just give me a second. So here is a lab setup. So where we are going to perform a different types of, like capturing, doing some sort of brute force attacks, or capturing the network traffic, like how the network works. So we will be using different types of tools here. So we have so we'll be using a password attacks tools, and we will be capturing some network network traffic using Wireshark, and we will also doing some other web application related attacks like SQL injections. So here is a place where we do all these things. Okay, I will be guiding you to install. We will be sharing a PDF how to install this lab setup, and so that you can also do the same activities what I was doing. So my case, I will be explaining so the theory followed by the practicals. Let's say if I'm talking about network, how the OSI layers works, I mean how the communication of, for example, if I type google.com, so how it is communicating to the Google server. So what is happens in between? So what are the layer communications? We will be explaining with the help of layers, like we'll be capturing the different packets, like a TCP packet, or the headers, IP headers, all these things will be capturing, and we will be showing you what is the inside of the packet, and everything we will be showing. So, and I'm trying to get Elastic.
Hi Naren, Hari here. Do you have
So,
any user interface of this Splunk or
uh,
Elasticsearch or images?
yeah, yeah, I was showing it.
Just a quick overview on that
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
That will be helpful. There are few questions from the people. We'll go through that
yeah.
after this UI. Okay.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, I had some issue with the connecting. So I'll try to get that. So meanwhile, we can go through the questions.
Yeah, I go through some questions posted in the chat window. Okay.
Mhm.
First question: how to generate phishing attacks? Is it a real time or just a theory?
No, it's real time. So where we will be taking samples, malware sample, sorry, phishing email samples. Okay, where we some it's a kind of a simulation, or not just theory. So with the theory, you cannot understand how we can perform real time. I mean, so we will be taking samples of a phishing email, so with a one example of URL. So with the URL, how to let's say the one of a users receives one of a user receives an email which contains a link. Okay, and in that case, whether this is a legitimate email or a kind of phishing, so that how to what all the steps we need to investigate. We'll take the URL and we use some threat intels to investigate. We use a sandboxing tool to lively see what is that URL, how the behavior of the URL. So then, if it is a phishing or not, then we decide. Okay, so using sandbox and threat intels, open source threat intels, that is where we coming to the conclusion. And then after that, we gonna what all the mitigations, what all actions we need to perform to stop this activity. That we mostly in a real time we using a firewalls, all these things. But
So
practically for us for a lab situations, yeah.
student will learn how to generate the phishing attacks using the tools.
Correct.
Yeah, fine. Next question asked is like what tools we are going to cover as part of the SEAM in this course.
So one is the Splunk, another one is Elasticsearch. So we will be helping you to create a lab. So there is some free labs available, and also we will be helping you to set up the own your own SIM solution on your laptop itself. Or so there is another options for Splunk and Elasticsearch where you can have trial versions of labs from their officials. You'll get it. Yeah, so another option is we will be helping you to set up your own lab itself. So both the things we'll do.
Okay, so we will set up the lab in the student's laptop. That is one option.
Mm.
Even some other option is like we try to purchase or take
No,
free
no, no.
versions of the labs. Is
Yeah,
it?
it's a 15 days of, yeah. So both the things we will teach. So uh, the student wish what they want. Yeah.
Do we require coding knowledge for this SOC?
No, no, coding skills is not required for an entry level. Up to 5 years also they don't need. If you're going a higher level, like a senior positions, so in that case, if you're working on a kind of an administration, SOAR kind of places, the SOAR is the one which do some automation task on the security operations center. So in that case you need a kind of Python skills. But yeah, from the entry level or even the intermediate level, it won't be required.
So for tier 1, tier 2, we don't require
Yeah,
coding.
time.
Is that correct?
Yeah, up to 5+. Yeah, up to 5 years or 6 years, maybe. It depends. If you're doing analysis, you don't need any skills, Python skills or any sort of coding skills.
Okay. Do we require any fundamentals or basics in cybersecurity?
See, that's where we starting. We start from the fundamentals. We start from the scratch. So yeah, we will be starting from scratch only.
Okay. I'm giving the option to the students in case if you guys have any other questions, guys, feel free to ask Narendra. Okay. Go ahead, guys. You can unmute and ask the questions.
Hi, sir. So my doubt is that do we use these tools through Kali Index, or it is are these tools are like open source?
Yes, Narendra.
Sorry, I am in mute. Okay, so Kali Linux is an offensive security tool where we do some sort of attacks, or you will be creating a payloads or exploits or doing some sort of an attacks to your to the targeted system. So that is where the Kali Linux comes into your picture. But the sim tools, what I was talking here is you can install these are the open sources. I mean, we will get a trial versions, and we can install it on your own, but we can have certain limitations on the logs. But yes, with the limited logs, you can practice and you can write some basic queries. You can create a rules, detection rules that I'm going to showcase, how to create a rules, how to create a deduction rules, all these things. You can, in your own system, you can practice with the simple logs. Okay, we will be providing some sample logs also to perform some labs. And we will be yes, some of the concepts we will be using the Kali Linux, where we will be packet capturing of if I initiate any connections to any of the servers like Google or kind of things. So where we use a Wireshark or kind of tools to capture the packet information, and that even you can perform, even you can initiate, you can install in your system itself, and you try to connect Google and see what is happening on the Wireshark. So just to understand, the same way we will be using some of the endpoint security, open source endpoint security tools to understand how EDR works, how endpoint security monitoring works. Yeah, with the open sources we will be explaining that.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and this training, so where we involve the assessments will be there on every week. So after completing the entire time, so one particular module or a week of time, so we will be giving an assessment. So kind of your own self-evaluation to see where you are, and some kind of real scenarios we will be giving, how you can handle this kind of situation. So yeah, it's more of an interactive training, not just with just coming and giving a training and going, not like that. So it's more of an interactive training where we will be evaluating every week, um, and also by the end of the training where we will be giving interview questions which help you, where we collected almost from so many students, where we train a lot of people with a lot of students. From there we get a lot of questions, what sort of questions they've been asking. So with that we made a document. So that document you will get it by the end of the training, so that any sort of an interview, how to clear, so those questions, most frequently asked questions, you'll get more than 200 to 300 questions, and plus along with that the scenario based questions, plus you'll be getting a kind of how to handle HR questions like what is the weakest system, so kind of generic questions also you will get it. So yeah, along with that the entire training, the study material you will get it. So yeah,
Yeah.
sample resume also, some sample resumes for a SOC analyst, at least 2 to 3 samples you'll get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Which tools are used to SOC analyst runs?
Yeah, so that is what the SIM we will be using Splunk and Elasticsearch. So these are the SIM tools which we which real time also mostly using. Yeah.
Yeah, we are working on both. Windows and Linux.
Sorry.
Actually, you're saying SOC working on Windows and Linux. Both we are working in those platforms.
See, mostly you don't need a Linux skills here. I mean, at least if you know some fundamental commands, how to execute, at least some basic commands, how to enter, how to create a files, or how to check the CPU of the servers, which is a Linux. So there you need to perform some health checks. So that is the case. You need some basic works on a Windows only. So but yes, you need a certain knowledge on the Linux side. So only certain commands If you know, that is fine. At least at 20 to 30 commands which regularly used. So like a CPU checking, all these things, kind of a health check related things. So other than Linux is not much required in the initial stage.
And one more thing is, I am not belongs to a completely IT background. I don't have any IT background, and I am
Mhm.
working also not also in IT sector.
Okay.
How would I survive in this course? I mean,
Yeah.
how is it useful?
The training itself is for as I said, it's for start from the scratch level, and then we go with up to intermediate level. We mostly cover the target is to start I mean, target is to the people who is a fresher level, who are at least who have a one year exposure or 2 year exposure in some other fields, or even a SOC who wants to just recap or kind of understand more. So that is where we are targeting. I mean, the people those sort of people are eligible, so that they can understand everything from the scratch level.
So you are explaining in completely easily understanded manner.
Correct. For a freshers is so they come up with something, they don't know what is the security, they don't know what is phishing. So we will be explaining in a way that to understand it's in a very simple language we will be using, and we will be it's more of interactive, as I said, so that you will be having any questions so that you can ask us or in between or after the training. And we will be anyway giving a material that helps you with simple language. So it's go with a simple language, and easily even the it's a layman language we will go with.
That material with PDF, I mean in PDF, you are giving the material,
Yes, we will be giving
PDF
this.
material also.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
A list
Thank you.
of models will be covering in this code.
Yeah,
But not list of.
I thought of I forgot to give that. I mean, I just wanted to quickly walk through the course content. If I think many people left. If no problem, I'll share right away. Just give me a 1 minute of time so that I'll take you to the course content as well.
Will you cover that Splunk queries related creating dashboards like that?
Yeah. So queries we will be covering with the fundamental queries. We don't go in depth. We will be covering the basic queries to execute. So how to get how to perform the analysis. For example, if the computer was connecting to some of the systems, or if you want to get the log for a particular device or particular server, how to execute, what commands you need to execute, what is the pattern of the query. So that we will be explaining. And the rule creations we will be explaining. Yes, the dashboards we will be fundamentally, the dashboards is not necessary for, nobody asks you to create dashboards or kind of things for an initial stage. But yes, you need to have a knowledge on the use cases side. If you have the knowledge on the use cases, how to create a use cases, how to create alerts, so that is fine. So
Duration of time, of course.
yeah, it will be comes into 45 to 40 to 45 plus hours. If you can see my screen, the table of content. So first we will be talking about intro of cyber security, first 1 or 2 days, then the offensive security, defensive security, hackers, and then we'll be having a lab, but we can have a small test application, how the attacker can perform an attack on that. And then we will be going to the SOC. So where we will be what is the SOC and the different models in SOC. So there are different models. So every organization follow different models. So we will be seeing that and day-to-day activities. Then we will be jumping into the network, because without networking you do not understand how the SOC works. So you must know what is the networking and how the entire network works, like how computers communicate each other, what is the behind process, what is the behind theory. And the same way we can see the same theory and practicals by capturing the packets and the IP addresses. We are going to see different classes of IP addresses, handshakes, and by going through how web works, we will be going through the practicals. So this is where we understand how exactly this we try to correlate with whatever the theory we covered. And we will be going with the DHCP, DNS, the different servers and their functionalities, SMTP, all these things. These are the basic networking level. We will be not basic, it will be go kind of an in-depth. And then we will be going to Linux. We will be, as one of a person asked, Linux. So the Linux fundamentals, we will be talking about more of a commands, what the result it gives. And the Windows, we will be covering the components. So what are the Windows core components, the core process. So when you are investigating any of a computer, you must know the core components. So then only you'll be able to perform the system level analysis. Any system is attacked. Okay, any system is attacker is or hacker is attacking, so that what is happening on the system. So you know, you need to understand this. Means you need to know what is this Windows components. Okay, that Active Directory. And then we will be going to the cyber defense. We will be going to the CIA and encryptions, and we will be going to some case study on malwares. Okay, and then framework, cyber defense framework. And so we will be going through an incident response. So cyber defense, again, we will be taking a case study. And the incident response, we will be going it. And we with the one of a tool we use, Splunk or anything. So we will be showcasing that. And so I think I've not listed here. Yeah, phishing is there. So phishing is there, endpoint security is there. So, and then we'll be starting with an intro of SIM, where we will be talking about not just Splunk. We will be talking different SIM solutions and their architecture and their components. So then practically we will go with so we will talk about ArcSec, Splunk, QRadar, Elasticsearch. So these are the tools we will be talking about theoretically about what are the components and everything. But with the limited time, we have some issues on the so we must have to go through the popular tools. The one is Splunk. This is the real time we will be going it, and we will be injecting the data, and we will be writing a basic queries, how to get the data, and we will be writing a rules, and we will be creating some reports as well. And then we will be going to the Elastic, so where we will be the same Elastic, where we will be going to the UI, and we will be going to the investigation of different security alerts, and then rules and reports creations. And then so any security engineer, right now it is an important that at least a basic knowledge. If you go and any sort of organization, so cloud is very important. And now everybody is asking the basic understanding of cloud. So that is where we will be covering the cloud as well. So we'll be talking about why importance of what is an importance of cloud, and why the customers are moving, and Azure fundamentals, AWS fundamentals, and some best practices we will be discussing. So that is where so we will be that is of the course content, which covers 40 to 45 hours, which we will be more of theory, practicals will be there. And coming to the SIM, which is entirely a practical. So SIM and the phishing analysis, practical malware analysis. We do a basic malware analysis. So that is going to be a practical. So there is a lot of theory and practical sessions will be there. Yeah, I with this after completing your this training, so make sure you are gonna be you will be receiving the documents as well, the interview questions, CVs and everything. So with this I'm sure you will be able to get the job if you are thoroughly be there for this entire training journey. So I'm sure by the end of this training, and you will be confident in that you will be able to get the job. Any questions?
Yeah, hi Narendra.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm from messaging domain. I wanted to switch it to the SOC. I'm having 7+ years of experience. Will it helpful for me?
I mean, which area? I mean, you're currently working which domain?
Messaging, Office 365 AD.
Yes, so since you've been a part of Office, kind of you'll be working on an email kind of things, right?
Yes,
Email
yeah. Yes, I'm
service,
familiar with the
yeah,
email.
proof point and
Yeah, iron code.
yeah. So in that case, yes, definitely, because the email security is another important field. I mean, in the security side, email security plays a very key role. Right? Everything is happen. Every attack happens through phishing. So you are the person who writes, kind of write you'll be kind of writing a queries or kind of rules on email gateway to stop some sort of phishing
Yeah.
emails, and you will be removing some sort of phishing emails through subject line or kind of things, right? So
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yeah.
you are limited to one area, but if you are going to entire SOC, so that you'll be covering all the modules, start from the endpoint security, SIM, and then cloud and everything, so that you then it is a complete structure of SOC, right? With the email gateway you won't
But
get
here the
much.
problem is I have 7+ years. So moving to the
You
stock.
probably mentioned, yeah, so you can probably mention at least 2 to 3 years of experience in SOC.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah. Basic requirements. What is level 1? So as I said, level 1 is something which deals with the initial analysis. So they don't, so they don't do end-to-end investigation of security alerts. Like if there is a malware attack is happening, they first find out whether that is really a malware attack or malware or not. If they feel suspicious, hey, this is something wrong. Hey, can you go and escalate? Can you go and investigate? That guy will ask level 2. He will investigate. Level 2 will investigate. He's more skilled. He's more expertise, so that he will investigate. So there is no L4 kind of thing. So L3 or senior professionals who, if something that is a real attack, what all the things they have to take care, what all further actions they have to take, L3 people will take care. And what about a certification in CSA? So yes, this particular training includes a CSA certifications. CSA, I think Hari will talk about this, which the training plus the certification. The entire program is training and certification. So I think Hari will talk about the training fees and everything.
Yeah. See, basically this program, right? Naren is going to cover the end-to-end process of the SOC along with the real-time tools, how to generate the alerts and how to capture that in the SIEM tools with the help of the practical labs he's going to cover. Along with that, the additionally you are going to get is your job preparation, interview questions and answers, and profile preparation, and any kind of clarifications that requires you for the job. And then if you are going for a certification, certified SOC analyst, original price is this one actually 38 plus GST. It will come around 42. But for this batch, we are arranging it for 28,000 plus GST. There might be some more discounts if you are enrolling before the course start date. Course is going, the classes are going to begin from 25th of May, that is Thursday. Coming Thursday, classes will begin. Already there are around 15 plus enrollments are there. If you guys are interested, get in touch with this admin number 854-999-5000. He will explain you the process. Get enrolled for that, where you will be given the voucher for training. Come voucher. Yes, you will be provided the recorded videos. It will be shared in the shared drive. You guys can download and keep it forever. That's not a problem. So once you finish this course, you can plan for writing the exam, and the exam content, that is certified SOC analyst from EC Council content, is part of this 14 modules, whatever has been we have given a walkthrough now. So the entire course is developed based on the CSA course curriculum. You will be able to clear the exam once you are thorough with this 45 hours of course, which may take 6 to 7 weeks. In the morning hours, Mostly it will start at 7:30 or 8 a.m. We'll keep you updated on the timelines. In general, the training itself will cost you around 16 to 20,000 outside. Getting a certification along with the training is a good one. So good to have this certification, certified SOC analyst. This is from the defensive purpose. Most of you, I guess like some of you would have gone through certified ethical hacker. That is on the offensive side. Having both skills in your profile will definitely match for a lot of security related job roles. Okay.
Would you please repeat the fee?
Fees, right? Let me
Yeah.
share the screen for a minute. Right now, we are offering it for 30% discount. That is 28K plus GST. Tax is mandatory for any kind of these digital kits, which will come around 32K. But in case if you are enrolling before 25th, that is like 25th, we are going to start the course morning batch. This is going to be morning batch. Either we start at 7:30 a.m. or 8 a.m. That will confirm you soon, because some of the CH trained candidates, they are willing to attend the SOC training as well. Considering that, we may start at 8 a.m. If not, then 7:30 a.m. Okay. If you're enrolling before this with some initial amount of 5,000 or 10,000, to get the kit, you need to pay 28K. Even you get it for 26K plus GST, which will come around 28K. So this is the final price which you are going to get. If you are, this will cover both certification, training comes certification. Training comes certification along with the real-time labs, softwares, and recorded videos, interview questions and answers. This is one of the certification which is priced at very low level. The reason is CH will cost you 38 to 40,000, and other certifications like OSCP or CISSP, this will take 1.2 lakhs. CISSP along with training will cost you 1.2 to 1.5 lakhs. These are priced at a very high level. But when you consider SOC, right, level 1 and level 2, for level 1 and level 2, this certification is enough. So I feel like this is priced at very low, and over that we are giving it at very discounted price. So anyone who is trying for the jobs with 3+ years of experience, good to have CEH plus SOC analyst, offensive security certification plus defensive security certification. That will be like a good weightage for your profile. Yes, you can discuss with this number further queries. 5,000 Anvesh. Yeah, any other questions, doubts?
Like what would be the cost for only for training?
Only training, right? Only training, actually, there is no concept as such, but still like you guys can get enrolled with 16K, that is including GST, including tax, it will come to 16K. Only training without certification. With voucher, you may need to pay under 12,000 for the voucher. But if you don't want certification, if you want to go through only training, 16K is the price. This will cover everything except the SOC Analyst voucher. Job assistance. We will guide you for the job, means like what kind of questions are being asked in the current market in the SOC. We'll help you to prepare for those labs, and will help you to answer those kind of toughest questions as well. That's what like the kind of job assistance we provide. But if you want to get more interview calls, definitely certifications will help you to get more interview calls in this recession. See,
so probably on the LinkedIn side, so how can you apply in a better manner? So the 10x, what we say 10x, it's higher chances to get, how to get a higher chances of calls. So the kind of tips we will provide, if any opportunities is any job opportunities or anything placed on LinkedIn or anything, so that we will be keep update, you will posted you with that job postings from different recruiters. So
This is my recommendation. Try to have the skills of both offensive and defensive. So far from last 2 years, we have been involved in the offensive side with the CH certification. Good to have this defensive certification, certified SOC analyst. Go for training and certification, those who are having 3+ years of experience. And then later, cloud certification, if you guys are interested, for 4+ years of experience. Because altogether, like 36 plus 28 plus 38. Altogether, it will come around 1 lakh or 1,10,000, where you are going to get skills on multiple technologies along with the certifications. If you are going for OSCP, that itself will cost you 1.2, 1.4 lakhs. Assume like there is a software company, they need people, pen testers. They need the cybersecurity engineers who can analyze the threats. Analyzing the threats and monitoring the threats is nothing but SIEM tools. Just now, Naren has explained. For some of the startup companies or some companies which are in the mid segment, they don't want to hire the candidates only on the pen testing or only on the SIEM tools. If a security engineer has both the skills, if they have both the skills, instead of me paying 10 lakhs per annum for a pen tester and 10 lakhs per annum for a SOC analyst, I would say 15 lakhs per annum for person who knows both the skills. I had seen a lot of job roles, a lot of students, a lot of my students who are taking care of these two responsibilities. But as of now, this is the first training program SOC from Hacker Book. And moreover, like Naren has really got a huge experience in the SOC, SIEM, SOAR, and threat analysis. That's the reason we have reduced the price to the large extent. You guys can make use of this opportunity. Yeah, any other questions? We covered certification. Course is going to be 6 weeks or 7 weeks. Altogether like 44 to 45 hours. Do we cover DAM tool as part of the SOC analyst? Database access management. No, Sheikh Sensha. Am I correct? That doesn't
what
come
is it?
under DAM.
What is that name?
Database access management, I guess.
No,
That
I
is a
don't
question
think.
asked by one of the student.
What is that? It is a SIM tool. I never
I
heard
don't
that.
think it is a SIEM tool. It is a database management tool.
No, I don't. I don't think so. It is a part of SOC
No,
operations.
it is not a part of SOC. Any other questions, guys? Last 4 minutes. In case if you guys have any questions, do let us know. We'll help you. Yeah, course. Yeah.
Sir, like if you
Go ahead.
if you have certification in CEH and after we getting the SOC analyst certification, like how can we change as security analyst?
See, these two are part of cyber security. Okay, one person is going to generate the alerts by making use of some tools. For example, Kali Linux, you are the attacker, you are generating the events, you are generating the alerts that you learned as part of CEH. Infrastructure is same, the entire firewalls, workstations, proxies, load balancers, everything is same. Like a hacker, you are trying to hack or you try to compromise some activities. But when it comes to the SOC on the defensive side, as we covered, it is a monitoring activity. It can be from the attacker, or it can be from some kind of a virus or from kind of some servers or phishing attacks. We try to watch, we try to analyze, correlate, and then show it in the user interface. Good to have both the skills. And to answer your question, for those people who has skills of both cyber CEH and SOC analyst, one unique profile will try to prepare with 3 or 4 slight changes of the resumes. One of my student around 1.5 years back, this is the package he has got for 3+ years of experience. he got trained in SOC analyst. Somehow he was not able to crack the job. He got trained in CH from us again. First, he has got the job for 5 lakhs per annum. He joined that company. Then within 10 days, he got 18 lakhs per annum. Considering SOC plus CH, this is one of the real case, like one of my students who is working with 3+ years of experience.
Yeah. So why? Because so you know how to attack and you know how to defend. So if you know both the skills, then yes, so because the market was, only people have know how to attack, but some people only know how to defend. But if you know both the offensive side, like how to attack and how to defend also, if you know, so then you are the unique person who can, then you'll be have a higher chances to get a higher salaries as well.
Even if you see the course curriculum, there is 30 to 40% of overlap is there. For example, networking basics, IP addresses, ports, protocols, IT infrastructure, then principles of information security, IT ecosystem. So it doesn't make you tough to learn SOC for those who are already trained in CH. For those who are completely new to the cybersecurity, they can pitch in with either of these programs. You can get started with SOC as well. And for searching for the jobs, you can search individually on the SOC related jobs or individually on the pen testing CH jobs, or together also you can search. We have around 10+ students for this coming batch who has been trained for CH and they are already working. And again, they are going through this SOC certification and training for future career growth perspective. Okay, last 2 questions, guys. We are running late by 40 minutes. Can we have weekend classes for SOC? That we have to see. We need at least 10 people to conduct the weekend batch. As of now, this course is planned in the weekdays, and it is morning hours of 7:30 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. of Indian Standard Time. We'll keep you updated, Anthony, regarding the weekend batches. Anyone last one question? That's it. Yeah, Narendra, anything else you want to add before we wind up?
No, nothing. I think I covered almost everything. So I think I changed my system because of that. I couldn't be able to make the UI of SIM tool. Other than, I think I covered mostly everything.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
It will be completely practical, though we were not able to show you the UI. It will be like completely labs. So you learn how to generate the events and you learn how to monitor those events in the SIM tool. That's it. That is enough. But the challenge here is, how do you analyze different kinds of events from different sources? That is the main concept you guys will learn as part of the SOC. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks, Narendra. It is a very nice demo.
Yeah.
And then we'll see you in the sessions starting from Thursday. Everyone, see you there. And if you guys have still any other questions, keep in touch with our admin 854-999-5000. He'll keep you in the conference of either me or Narendra. Okay. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.